Big Reid in the studios, 99.7. Now I got a special guest hanging out with me. Her name is Stephanie Poetri.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I asked you before we turned the microphones on, is this your first time in the Bay Area? You're like, no, I came when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a chance to walk around and check things out. How are you feeling the vibe right now?
I really like it, mostly because of the weather. Like, I'm a sucker for cold wind.
Word.
Because I'm from Indonesia, and, like, the wind is hot there.
Uh-huh.
So anytime, like, the wind hits me, I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah, you're in the perfect place then.
Yeah.
If you go over to Daly City, it gets a little colder too.
Really?
That's when like the fog comes in, everything it starts getting super cold.
Like, now it's summer and it's this cold, so I can't imagine what it's like in winter.
Like the hottest it gets in, like it got 99 degrees, like not too long ago, almost 100, and people were freaking out. You know, everyone goes crazy on social media, like, "Oh my God, it's hot!" Posting the memes and stuff like that. Like we trip off of that. But this is typically like a hot day.
Really?
Yeah, this is a hot day.
It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah, that's what's up. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You have a song that's out that's taken off, so many listens, so many streams. I Love You 3000. We know where the line is from. And when do we get to the point to where it's not really a spoiler anymore with the movie?
That's the thing. Like, I was talking about it, and I know for a fact that some people haven't watched it. Like some of my friends. And then a bunch of people were like blurting it out, like, "Oh, this happened." I'm not gonna say it in case.
Word, thank you.
Yeah, but
I don't want them to come for me.
but then like a bunch of people in the room apparently haven't, and they're like, "Why'd you say that, man?" And I was like, sorry. So I always try my best not to say anything unless they say, "Oh, I've watched it," and I'll be like, "Okay." But like in this case, other people are gonna listen, and I don't know if they've.
Yeah, true. The thing is, like, we have to get to a point where it's like, yo, you should have seen the movie by now, fam. You should know what's going on. But I guess it's nice to be nice to people and give them a chance to see if they haven't had a chance to.
That's true.
So the concept behind the song, like, how did you come up with it? Why did you put it together?
Yeah. So basically, like, most of my following before this was on Instagram.
Yeah.
Cause I'm narcissistic and stuff, so I take pictures a lot.
It's okay.
And I like to do this thing where I go on my story and do like a Q&A. And that day, I just wanted to do like a Q&A where I had people send me a word or a phrase, and I'll make it into a song. And Endgame came out the week before that. So a bunch of people were sending I Love You 3000. Yeah. And so I made a bunch of like songs from other words, but that one was like the one that was received the most well. Yeah. And so a lot of people asked me to make it into a full song. So the story was only like the chorus, but so I finished it, and yeah, it was like, basically I made it as a fun project for my followers. Like, I always say it's like a collaborative project because they did help me write it and stuff. But yeah, I recorded the music video with my phone and my sister because I didn't expect anything to come out of it. And my friend played the guitar for me. So everything it's very unexpected. Like, if you asked me like 2 months ago if I'd be here, I'd be like, what? Yeah. Why would I be in San Francisco? But here I am.
Welcome. Thank you. I think that's super dope. But I think now the way times are now with how high tech our phones are, like, it's very possible to shoot full music videos and everything with the phones. And I think it takes like a special talent to be able to do that, because like they're trying to get me to be on TikTok, and like I feel like I'm a little too old for TikTok, fam.
No, TikTok's like perfect for everyone, I feel.
Yeah, I don't know, like I tried to make a TikTok and I just don't understand the editing, and I was like, I'm not gonna take my time with this, fam.
It takes a while though, I feel like, but I think like as long as you're just having fun, it doesn't really matter, I feel.
Yeah, just post something that just makes you happy and just go with it.
Exactly.
For sure, that's what's up. So give me a little bit of your background story.
Yeah, so I'm from Indonesia. My mom is Indonesian and my dad's from Texas.
Word.
So I'm like kind of a cowboy.
Okay, there you go. Yeehaw.
But yeah, and my mom's a singer in Indonesia, and my dad's a music teacher. So I like grew up with music all around me. And that's probably one of the reasons why I started getting into music. But here's the tea, okay? I wasn't going to go into this lifestyle. I wanted to go to uni like every other law-abiding citizen. Okay. But I worked so hard that I was like, okay, I need a break. I need a gap year. And instead of actually taking a gap year, I started writing songs. Yeah. And then in the end, like, cause I feel like right now I found my passion in that gap year. So I ended up just not going to uni. Sorry, mom and dad. Yeah, sorry. But I think they're supportive. And here's the thing: if anyone wants to take a gap year, I fully support it. Cause like a year, like before the gap year, I was gonna go into psychology, which is so different with music.
For sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you kind of gotta like get out there and just figure out like exactly what you want, like you said, what your passion is, and I mean, you found it within music and having parents who are heavily involved in music with your mom and everything she's doing back in your home country, and then your dad being a music teacher. I mean, music is, like you said, has been around you forever. Like, is it tough though? Like with having your mom in music and having your dad as a teacher, like, are they really tough on you with like your sound and the quality and everything that you're putting together?
Actually, they're like, they've never expected me to be anything and to do anything, but they're always there to like teach me about it. So like, I learned songwriting from my dad. Yeah. And like, he likes country music. So that's why if you listen to like the stuff I write, it's very like story based, because country music is like, has a storyline. I did peep that, yeah. Yeah, and so like, and he never expects me to do anything, but he wants me to just know how to do things just for fun, and also in case you need it, and I guess I need it now. But the hard part is like having a famous mom. It's like people always say, oh, her name is TTDJ. Oh, she's TTDJ's daughter. And it's like, but what's great about it now, it's like, she's Stephanie Poetri. Oh, and she happens to be this person's daughter. So that's like a nice thing that's starting to happen, but it was so hard growing up because I'm always like someone else's someone. Yeah. Those are tough shoes. Like I always see that like with athletes and with other artists and stuff like that. I couldn't imagine like having that pressure on you. You know what I mean? I know that can be intimidating and it can probably drive you crazy at times, but it's dope that like with your music that you're putting out now, even though you are relatively a newer artist, like people are already starting to identify you, as yourself, as Stephanie Poetri. So I think that's pretty incredible. Yeah, I'm like grateful for what like her help as well, because like I got a lot of help from her in terms of like having that kind of experience told, because like you need to know a lot of things when you come into this industry that only someone who's been through it knows. So I'm grateful for that, but like I'm also grateful that I'm like my own person now. Yeah. But I'm like always shouting her out. Like in America, I'm like, hey, listen to her song. Yeah, like, for sure. Absolutely. You gotta show love to your mom. But like you said, it's a good thing to have her in your corner and have your dad in the corner, someone who's had experience within the business, because there's some shady people in music and all this kind of stuff. And it's hard to like, especially coming in, it's hard to figure out who they are. And that's what I've heard. I don't think I've met anyone shady. Like so far, everyone's been super nice. But like, you know, I'm always on the lookout now because everyone's always telling me, like, be careful. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Got you. And then that's people like me who say stuff like that. That causes, like, anxiety. Now you're like, damn, like, is this person shady or are they cool and different things like that? I feel like you're cool. So Thank you. I am cool. I'm really chill. I just, I enjoy that. So what are you working on right now? I'm sure you're in the studio. I'm sure you're working on hella music. Do you know what hella means? Yes, it means a lot. Okay, right? Just making sure, because it's a Bay Area thing, and I know you haven't been out here like that. It's so funny because like my whole team would say hella a lot, and they're trying their best to limit it. But like now I say it too because I'm like following them. Is your team from the Bay? Are they from NorCal? Like some of like a bunch of people, like most of them from LA, some from New York. It's like a mix of people, and I like that a lot. I feel like hella has become more of like a common thing across the country now, because like at first initially it was like, yeah, it's a Bay. Oh, you from the Bay? Yeah, you from the Bay Area, and different things like that. I feel like it's become more common now. Yeah. It's kind of like y'all. Yeah. Like it used to be like only like Southerners say y'all, but like now it's like everyone says y'all. I say it all the time. Like I'm on the air, they'd be like, yo, like stop saying y'all. Like I'm sorry, and I'm always saying like you guys, like because it's easier, like it's quicker to say. It's like a crutch. Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. Are you ever like gonna get into like doing movies or TV shows? Is that something that you're thinking of in the future, like, possibly? Super open to anything. Like I just love creating. Like I'm annoyingly creative, and so if I'm given the opportunity to do anything that requires like me being out here, like I'm always down. That's what's up. Shout out if anyone wants. For sure. What are some of the things like that you used to do back home in Indonesia, like growing up? Like, what are the fun things? Because I'm not familiar with Indonesia at all. All right, so I'm gonna show you what's up about Indonesia. Thank you. The food is fire there. Word. Like, I love food. Do you like spicy food? Hell yeah. Okay, Indonesia. Okay, just Asian food, like spicy Asian food is like known, like you know that's what's up. But like Indonesian spicy food, I don't like spicy food, but I know that like if you like spicy food, you're gonna go for it. Word. And but like growing up, what I used to do is, so like I guess your sport here is like either like basketball or like
I like football. I like
yeah,
football. Yeah.
But ours is badminton.
Word.
And like I was the captain of the badminton team.
I
so,
played badminton in the 8th grade for
You
like
did?
a couple of weeks, as you know,
Did you
for
like
PE,
it?
and I loved it. I was like, yo, this is the best thing in the world.
Exactly. Like Indonesia is so into that,
Mhm.
and that's probably what like if you talk about badminton, it's like such an Indonesian thing,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's like super fun, and you should come back to it. I feel like.
Word.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, you got to run a lot. I'm not into running that much. No,
That's why I always do doubles because like
Word.
you take half of the court and the other person can take the other half, so you don't
Yeah.
have to exercise that much.
It was so exciting playing it though. It was just it was like a thrill. It's like, and I kept getting it. I kept hitting the
Yeah.
birdie. I was like, yo, I'm on fire. I thought I was gonna be a professional player or something one day.
Maybe one day. Hey,
It didn't
you never
work
know.
out. I got radio though.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What else you do out in Indonesia?
I guess like people got like because Indonesia is like a country of islands.
Mhm,
Which
yeah.
people are like, if they look at the map, they're like, where's Indonesia? And I like vaguely point at like an area, and they're like, which one? And I'm like, the whole thing.
All
It's just
these,
a
yeah.
bunch of
All of
islands
them, yeah.
basically. And so like people are always out here on the beach and stuff. And especially if do you know Bali?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're out in Bali, you're just like having fun surfing, and you know there's mountains as well.
That's what's up.
Like I think Indonesia is like an untapped source of culture and fun, and yeah, I'm like out here making sure people like check it out because like there's so many, not just places but like people like Brian and Nikki, like people are out here like doing bits, and I'm so happy that I can represent.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. You actually just see him not too long ago.
Mhm.
So with did you stay? Did you grow up mostly in Indonesia, or were you out here in the States a lot too?
So I was born and raised in Indonesia,
Okay.
but because my grandparents are from Houston from my dad's side,
Okay.
so I would go there every 2 years. So that was my introduction to America, but like now I'm starting to get like used to with the other parts.
Okay.
So and so far I feel like it's fun here.
Where are some places you want to visit in the U.S. that you
Okay.
haven't had a chance to go
I
to
want to go to
yet?
Chicago
Word.
because deep dish pizza.
I've heard about it. I haven't been to
Right?
Chicago, but I
Oh
heard
my
about
God.
it.
Let's go together. Okay, we have to try a deep dish pizza. I feel.
Word. You know, around St. Patrick's Day, they turned the entire river green that goes through the
Really?
city. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I seen video of it.
What?
I was like, are you contaminating the water? You know, I was a little worried. It was like a little dye. It goes away in like a couple of weeks, but on St. Patrick's Day, like the whole thing is green.
What? Wait, it sounds fun, but at the same time I'm like concerned. But
Yeah, about the fishes and everything.
Yeah.
Like that might get into the drinking water. Anywhere else? Have you gone to New York yet?
yes. So
Word.
actually, I went to New York first,
Okay.
and I love it there because I'm a walker. I'm always walking, and I feel like in New York you can walk everywhere, which is
Mhm.
super nice. And also New York pizza.
Word. So pizza, is that your favorite food?
No, it's my favorite food is actually like grilled cheese.
Okay. There's
So
nothing wrong with the
American.
grilled cheese.
That's like my Western favorite food. If you ask me like Asian, that's a whole difference. Do you have a favorite food?
My favorite food is pho.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
1000%. It could be 100 degrees outside. I'm still going to get some pho.
I'm glad that you're saying that because I love pho as
Yeah,
well.
that's what's up. That's dope. So you like grilled cheese. I like pho. And pizza's a thing. You use ranch with your pizza, of course.
I've never tried it, but I've seen.
You
people.
haven't?
What do you think? Should I try?
Absolutely. Like 100%. Ranch and pizza is probably the best thing ever.
Okay. I'll try it next time.
The next time you get some pizza, you got to get some ranch.
Should it be like a thick pizza or a thin pizza?
It doesn't even matter.
Does it matter?
It could just be the crust.
Oh.
You just put a little bit of ranch on there. Am I lying? Have you had ranch with pizza? It's fire, right? It's pretty fire.
Everyone's like nodding, and I feel so like not included.
No, don't feel bad. It's all good.
I'll try it next time.
It's
for
all
sure.
good. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you coming through and hanging out with me.
Well, thank you for having me. This is a fun conversation.
Right,
I'm
that's-
like having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just like to talk about random things and all that. So we're gonna play a game.
Okie doke.
It's called 99 Seconds. I broke it down to you before we kicked off the cameras. And I told you last season when we did this, our champion was Jake Miller. He had 37 questions
Okay.
answered in
Flex, Jake.
99 seconds. Here's the thing. No matter how many questions you answer today, you're leaving as the champion.
Okay.
So it's kind of messed up at the same time. It's like, how am I going to defend myself if when someone comes in here next
Yeah.
and does it? So we're going to play 99 seconds. You ready?
Okay. Ready.
All right.